Yeah, yeah, I hit start.
Smith Appliance is your hometown GE Showcase and Speed Queen Platinum dealer. We're a family owned and operated tradition since 1968. From new in the box to scratch and dent deals,
Also
we've got the
unmuted.
perfect appliance at the perfect price, with the exceptional customer service you deserve
Yes,
before
my
and
mic.
after the sale. We've got the largest in
Yeah,
stock
but my
selection
mic
of
is
Speed Queen
unmuted.
laundry anywhere, ready for pickup or delivery today. Visit us in Marietta or Hiram or shop anytime at smithappliance.com. Every winning team has a game plan, and so should your healthcare. Innovation Compounding Pharmacy in Kennesaw creates custom medicine for kids, adults, and even pets. From allergy-friendly formulas to personalized hormone therapy and pet meds that go down easy. They're a trusted national leader in personalized medicine, and they're right here in our own backyard. Local, dependable, and ready to help. Follow at Innovation Compounding tonight on Instagram to enter their $100 Family Night gift card giveaway. Innovation Compounding, supporting your wellness locally.
Look, speed isn't given, it's earned. In the reps no one sees, in the work most won't do. At Blazing Speed, we train athletes who want more. More quickness, more explosiveness, more separation. DM at Blazing Speed Kills to book your free speed assessment. Blazing Speed, lightning between the lines.
Are you dreaming of a new house but don't know where to start? J.L. Brooks Construction is a local family-owned and operated hard-working construction company serving Metro Atlanta for the past 32 years. We do everything from small remodeling, new construction, to light commercial construction jobs. J.L. Brooks can make your dream home a reality. We look forward to doing business with you and your family. Visit jlbrooksconstructionincorporated.com for more information and like us on Facebook. Ugh, I really need a new car.
Well, did you know that Carl Black Chevrolet Buick and GMC of Kennesaw has over 28 acres of inventory?
Really? That means there must be a car fit for me.
Of course, just visit www.carlblackkennesaw.com to see their latest specials and to find your dream car today.
Are you looking
They just did the national anthem. You should have heard that. On the phone? All right, everybody, we are back. I have no idea what happened. That was interesting. Adam and I even got on FaceTime there and tried to figure out what was wrong, and all of a sudden, the broadcast is back on. So here we go. Everything I said for the pregame show is now null and void because none of you heard it. So here's what's going on. We are about 5 minutes out from kickoff. It is senior night, and it has run long, which is kind of good because that means we didn't miss any of the play-by-play. This is a huge matchup for Harrison and Hillgrove because the winner of this game will be the 2 seed, and the loser will be the 3 going into the state playoffs. And that's what's at stake here. And it is senior night. And like I said, their senior night ran a little long, which is good for me because for some reason the Gremlins were involved up here with all the equipment, and nothing was working except the commercials. So here we go. I knew it was going to be a circus. I knew it was going to be an adventure. We're going to power through it and do the best we can because, like I said, even though you didn't hear me, Adam's out of town. And so it always takes 2 of us to get this thing up and running because we have system checks and we cross-check, and it's a lot easier when we have both of us. But we will persevere and we will get through this, just like the Hoyas are going to try to do it in a big road test here against Hillgrove, where you're going to see the strength of 2 teams here where when the Hoyas have the ball, that will be their strength. It'll be their strength against Hillgrove's defense, which is their strength. They have some pretty impressive statistics. I was looking up their stuff today. They have 147 tackles for loss. They have 25 sacks on the year. The Hoyas counter that with 8 sacks and about 56 tackles for loss. So you can see quickly this Hillgrove team, their strength is their defense. And they have had multiple shutouts this year. Going into the McEachern game, they had shut out multiple opponents in a row. And it's really going to be their defense against the Harrison offense tonight. So Aiden Watson, the sophomore quarterback for Harrison, is going to lead a bevy of weapons out here against this Hillgrove defense. All year long, it's been pick your poison with that offense. The Hoyas have had different players step up at different times. The one consistent has been through the air, where Aiden has really kind of blossomed here in his sophomore year. Definitely starting to kind of distance himself from a lot of other Harrison quarterbacks statistically, and being just a sophomore, he's off to a great start. But his main weapon that he's going to be looking for is going to be DJ Huggins. DJ Huggins has really emerged as a star on this offense for the Hoyas. He has 11 receiving touchdowns on the year and 842 yards receiving. Those are big numbers for the junior who is just really kind of coming to his own this year. And he's kind of helped Aiden Watson kind of grow into a really good quarterback. But it's not just been the offense through the air you've got you've got TC Washington, who leads the Hoyas with 4 touchdowns on the ground. And Colin William also has 4 touchdowns on the ground. And the Hoyas have run for 1,680 yards this year. So if they don't get you through the air, they get you through on the ground. And they go pretty deep in that stable. They go all the way down to Jermaine Hill and Corbin Trice, and even R.J. Kauser, who came in last week and scored a touchdown. They definitely have a deep stable of running backs that Aiden can turn around and hand off to. And if Huggins isn't going to get you tonight, well, then it might be Donovan Martin. Donovan Martin has 7 touchdowns on the year, 365 yards receiving on only 28 receptions. So he is making the most out of his opportunities. He is definitely scoring on 25% of his receptions. That's a pretty amazing stat. So it's going to be that matchup against a Hillgrove defense that is really coming in here with a lot of impressive statistics. I told you about their tackles for loss. That's pretty wild, and that's pretty impressive. But it's not just that. They've got some guys who can really get after the quarterback. they have a senior, number 2, Carbon. He has 5 sacks on the year. And then they've got a bevy of other guys that have 4 and 3. And their defense is really going to come after you. Forbes is their leading tackler on the year. He has 55 total tackles, but he's followed closely by McCullough and Gallardo, who have 50 and 34 respectfully. So this Hillgrove defense is going to get after you. And then when they're on offense, well, they've got a pretty good quarterback themselves. Mack is their quarterback. Number 1, we'll probably be calling his name a lot tonight. Me, will probably be calling his name a lot tonight. He's thrown for 799 yards, and he's also ran for 351 yards. He's run for 5 touchdowns, and he's thrown for 10. So, this offense on the Hillgrove side is not one to really, sneeze at for sure. So, looks like the Hoyas are going to be receiving. Nope, the Hoyas are going to be kicking off. So they did win the toss and they did defer, and they are going to be kicking from right to left. So they're going to be kicking from south to north, with west being at my back and east being on the visiting sideline over there. So we're about to get rolling here. 12 minutes on the clock means first quarter's ready to go, and that is exactly where we're at, as we're about to get this ball kicked off in a massive, massive Region 3 game. Here we go. Ball's driven. It is going to be returnable. Hillgrove's going to take it at about the 3-yard line. He's going to bring it over to the home side, and he's going to get a block. And he got a good one. And it looks like he's going to pick up some major yardage here. He's going to cut back, and it looks like we're going to get a touchdown-saving tackle at the 48-yard line of Hillgrove by number 24 for Harrison. And I'm going to try to get the names and the numbers out here tonight, folks, but I have no light up here. It's just completely dark, and I've got my flashlight on my phone out to try to do the best I can with what I can see out here. So the Hillgrove offense is going to take the field, and actually they spotted that at the 50-yard line. A great return by Hillgrove. They got some great blocking over on that right side. Here comes the Hoya defense, anchored to the middle by 99 Oscar McAdoo, and then that linebacking core of Bentley, Johnson, and others. Quarterback's in the shotgun. We're going to get a snap, and he's looking to pass, and he's going to go over the middle, and he's got a guy wide open, but he dropped it. Woo! Perfectly thrown. Number 7 for Hillgrove. Got his hands on it. Couldn't quite bring it in. And that's Mac's first attempt on the night for Hillgrove. And they went right after that Hoya defensive back team that's kind of been the Achilles heel at times of this defense this year. They've gotten a lot better recently, and so they went after that left side, number 7 over there for the Hoyas pretty quickly. That was Evan Tillman. Mac's going to turn around and hand it off here. This is going to be a run out to the right. He's at the 40. He's going to get tackled at the 30-yard line. Got a nice block. He's going to pick up a first down. A little bit of extracurriculars after the play. No flags thrown. That's all in motion. Good job by the officials to not throw a flag there. And there's going to be a lot of emotion on this field tonight because this game just means so much. First down for Hillgrove at the Hoya 31-yard line. Max in the shotgun. Snap, going to turn around and hand it off to number 8. He's going to look for some blocking over on that left side, but he is not going to get there. Reese Bentley and a host of Hoyas are going to swarm him at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and that is where the Hoya defense has really shown their strength this year. It has been in their linebacking core. That was actually number 0, Moore, for Hillgrove, who got the handoff. He is their leading rusher on the year with 618 yards rushing, 3 100-yard rushing games, and 7 touchdowns. Max in the shotgun. Moore to his right. Snap. He's going to sprint right, sprint out, and he's going to look for a guy on the 25-yard line. It's going to be incomplete. Number 13 for the Hoyas out there, Neil Ratliff on defense. Adam, you'll be happy to know I've got a 2-deep up here, and I'm using that to get these names right, at least on the Kelly and Navy side. You'd be impressed. That's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 10 here. Chance for the Hoyas to get off the field here. Not sure if Hillgrove is in field goal range. This would be approximately a 49 or 50-yard field goal from here if they pick up no yardage. Shotgun. Mack in the shotgun. Moore to his left. Snap. Going to throw it. It's going to be an incomplete pass out in the flanks. He had Moore wide open on a wheel route and just short-armed it, and it skipped on the ground, and Moore was not able to make the catch. And so this is going to be decision time for Hillgrove. Are they going to kick a field goal, or are we going to go for it on 4th and 10? Big spot in the game early here for Hillgrove. 4th and oh, they marked that as a catch. Wow, I missed that. Okay, they picked up 8. This is 4th and 3. Excuse me, picked up 7. 4th and 3. Never saw them mark the ball. Interesting. They're at the 24-yard line. Max in the shotgun. Moore to his left. Man in motion. And we've got movement. Not sure if that's going to be on the Hoyas or Hillgrove. The motion man ran up to the center and acted like he was going to take the snap. He never got set. So that's going to be against Hillgrove. Yep. That's actually a really good call there by the white hat. That's going to back them up 5 yards. Illegal procedure. That's the right call. He never got set. He ran straight up to the center, went down and tried to basically make it look like he was going to take the snap, and he never stopped moving, and can't do that. So it's going to set up a 4th and 8 now. And Hillgrove is still going to go for it. Mack in the shotgun, Moore to his right. Snap, looking, and we got some pressure on him. Reese Bentley up the middle, knocked him down, knocked the pass down. The Hoyas are going to take over right there. That's a great defensive stand by the Hoyas, deep in their own territory. It's going to get their offense out on the field for the first time tonight. So kudos to that Hoya defense. They stopped Hillgrove on that first possession, and that's going to set up a pretty good chance here for the Hoyas on their own 29-yard line. Great job by the defense there. It was pretty much a blitz situation, and Reese Bentley came right up the middle untouched. Aiden Watson is going to bring his offense out now. He is in the shotgun. TC Washington to his left. Snap. Looking. Got all kind of timing. He's got a man downfield, and he overthrows him. Looking for DJ, I believe. Nope, that was Donovan. Yeah, that was Donovan Martin out there. And had him for a second, but slightly overthrew him. And the Hoyas take a chance on first down in their first offensive play and look to go long and try to stretch this Hillgrove defense out a little bit. So that brings up 2nd and 10. Hoyas are at their own 29. Watson all by himself in the shotgun. He's going to bring a man in motion here, and we're going to hand it off to TC Washington. He's going to get a couple of yards right up the middle. They're going to give him 1 up to the 30. And that's going to bring up a big 3rd and 10 for this Harrison offense. Hoyas look to go quick. Watson in the shotgun, surveying the field. Now he's going to look over to the sideline. Oh, they are going to call him for illegal procedure. I guarantee it. Oh, no, it was offsides on Hillgrove. Okay, I thought they were going to get him for the hard count. That's what it looked like, but they did not. So the Hoyas pick up 5 there via the penalty. It's now 3rd and 4. Watson back in the shotgun. Looks over to the sideline, gets the sign from the coaching staff, Coach Thompson over there and others signaling in. Watson surveys. Snap. 3-step drop. He's going to look over the middle. He's got a wide open. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Donovan Martin wide open and overthrew him. Slant pattern, about a 20-yard. It was more of a post pattern and missed him. And it's going to bring up 4th and 4 for the Hoyas. And missed opportunity there. Donovan was wide open on that. And Aiden couldn't connect, unfortunately. So the Hoyas are going to be forced to punt. And it's a great punt. They get a great roll. It's going to continue to roll all the way down almost to the 20-yard line of Hillgrove. Hillgrove will take over there on their second possession of the night. And with 8:16 to go in the first quarter, we are still scoreless, tied 0-0 in what is a very important game for both of these. All right, so Hillgrove's going to have the ball on offense for the second time tonight. The Hoya defense is back out there. Mack is in the shotgun. Both of these teams will primarily be in shotgun tonight. Going to turn around and hand it off to Moore. Nope, he's going to pull it, and he's going to be tackled by Reese Bentley over on the left side for a modest gain. Looks like he picked up 2. Nice pull there. The Hoya defense actually collapsed on Moore right up the middle, and Mack pulled it and went around the edge, but didn't get much, so you're going to give him 2. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Hoyas are in white tops tonight, white helmets with green pants. Hillgrove is in black tops. They're garnet helmets and white pants. Mack in the shotgun. Going to turn around, hand it to Moore, and Moore is going to get stuffed by the entire Harrison defense. Everybody involved right up the middle. Oscar McAdoo filled that first gap, and then everybody just kind of piled in behind him. Multiple Hoyas in on that tackle there, and it's going to bring up a very important 3rd and 7 for this Hoya defense. Mack is in the shotgun. He's got Moore to his right. They're going to go 4 wide here. Shotgun snap, quick stop, quick throw, almost intercepted. Hoyas almost picked it off, but it fell harmlessly incomplete. Number 4, Graham Aldridge there on the defensive play for the Hoyas. He really probably should have picked that off, but he missed it. Looked like it might have been deflected, so it might have been one of those cases where it was headed towards him and then kind of took a left or a right. That's why you do the tip drill, but that's still a tough one. The Hoya defense is going to get a stop again. It's 4th and 7, and Hillgrove is going to once again punt. Hoyas have Perkins back deep for the punt return, and he's going to let it go. It's going to hit on the 30 and take a big Hillgrove bounce down to about the 17-yard line. And the Hoyas will take over there for the second time tonight on offense. Both teams trading punts so far, and the defenses are really just kind of holding sway so far. 6:44 left to go in the first quarter, and no score between Hillgrove and Harrison. You are listening to HNS Radio. You are listening to Terry Kemp, and it's just me. So I'll do the best I can, folks. Hopefully I can bring us a win. We'll see how the rest of the broadcast goes. It started off kind of rocky. All right, Watson in a shotgun. He's going to turn around and throw it out to Parker. Parker, it's going to hit off his hands. It's going to be an incomplete pass out here on the left. Trying to set up a little tunnel screen there, but the blocking broke down, and Parker Perkins was unable to haul that in. And so Watson is going to face a 2nd and 10 here with the Hoya offense. Watson in the shotgun. He's going to go 4 wide. The Hoyas are going to go 4 wide, nobody in the backfield. And Watson is just going to take the snap, and it's an intentional run around the right side. He's got a block, and that is going to be really close to a Carl Black Chevrolet first down. Well, let's see what they mark. Yep, they're going to say he got enough. Aiden Watson, 10 yards on the right side for a Carl Black Chevrolet first down. The first one of the night for the Hoyas. Aiden Watson is the leading rusher for the Hoyas this year. And he's in a shotgun here. He's got Jermaine Hill back there with him. He's going to turn around and throw it out to number 1, Donovan Martin. That's a catch. That's going to be up near the 42-yard line. That's another Carl Black Chevrolet first down for the Hoyas. On a quick throw out, Donovan Martin just did a little out pattern. He was wide open, and Aiden Watson hit him in stride. And the Hoyas are kind of moving here. Watson in a shotgun. He's got Jermaine Hill in the backfield with him, and Hillgrove's going to jump off sides. Little too excited there. Hoyas will take it. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. That'll make it 1st and 5 for Harrison. That's the second offside penalty tonight on Hillgrove already. Watson in the shotgun. He's got a tight end in this formation, and he split out Jermaine Hill very wide to the left. And we're going to turn around and pitch it to Jermaine Hill. Jermaine Hill's going to get a little bit of blocking on the right side, and he's going to pick up about 2. Actually, they're going to mark him. Wow, they're going to mark him way back at the line of scrimmage almost. They're going to say he picked up maybe a half a yard. It's going to set up a second and about 4.5. Watson in the shotgun. He's going to split Jermaine Hill out to the left again. And Hillgrove almost jumped offsides again. Aiden Watson's given a hard count, and it's working. He's in a shotgun. There's the snap. High snap. He's going to pitch it out to Hill. Hill gets a block, and that's going to be really close to a first down. They're going to mark him that's going to be a 4-yard pickup on that. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Hoyas from the Hillgrove 49-yard line. So the Hoyas are in the Hillgrove territory for the first time tonight in a drive that started way back at the 17. Hoyas are methodically moving down the field here. They're going to get in their short yardage package here and then split out both blockers. Watson under center. He's going to turn around and hand it off to Huggins. Huggins is going to pitch it to Donovan for a reverse. Donovan is going to pick up a first down. Donovan Martin on a bit of a reverse there. And it's another Carl Black Chevrolet first down. They're going to mark the ball at the Hillgrove 44-yard line. And the Hoyas will just continue to grind out these little gains. If they can continue to do that, they're going to be in good shape, especially on this drive. Watson in the shotgun. He's got Hill behind him in the eye. And it's another hard count offsides on Hillgrove. The third one of the night. Aiden Watson has them jumping offsides with a hard count, and it is working really well so far. That is 15 yards and offside penalties just in the first quarter. 4:18 left to go in the first quarter, and there's no score. 0-0. Watson's in the shotgun. Hill behind him in the eye. More of a pistol look. Snap. 5-step drop. Deep drop. He's going to go down the sideline. He's got Donovan Martin. Oh! So close. Slightly underthrown, but should have been caught. Donovan Martin actually would have caught it had the defensive back for Hillgrove not made a great play. Just got his hand up there in the right time. Would have been a touchdown. He was open. And the Hoyas seem like they might have a little bit of something going here. They see a bit of a matchup opportunity with Donovan Martin so far tonight. And you always got Huggins lurking. Shotgun. Watson going to hand it to Hill. Hill's going to bounce out to the left. We're going to get a flag, and this is probably going to be a hold. He picked up about 3, but this is going to end up costing the Hoyas about 10 yards. Yeah, as I said, it's very dark up here. I am going to do the best I can about names and numbers tonight, but my phone and its flashlight is only going to last so long. So we'll do the best we can, and we'll see what happens. So that is going to be wait for the call here by the white hat, conferring with the official that threw the flag. It was right in the middle of the field. It's usually in the area of holding. Long conference for a hold, though. Yep, holding on the Hoyas. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. It's going to back them up to the 49-yard line of Hillgrove. It's going to make it a 2nd and 15 now would have been close to a first down, but that yardage is wiped out. So Watson all by himself in the shotgun. He's back on the Harrison side of the field now, waiting for the snap. He gets the snap. He's going to turn around and throw a quick pass out here to Traster, I believe. I'm going to have to catch that number. Look like Matthew Traster, and he's going to be swarmed pretty quickly. It was Traster, and it is actually going to be spotted as a 2-yard loss. And we may get a penalty here. I'm not sure what happens. It looked like something happened after the play. Yep, there is a flag down. I see it now. I don't know. I'm not real sure what happened, but Hillgrove's backing up. So it looks like they may have committed another penalty. This would be their 4th or 5th of the first quarter. So with the clock stopped here with 3:24 and no score. The Hoyas have the ball, and they are inside Hillgrove territory. And yeah, we got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Hillgrove. That's an interesting. I didn't see it. Not sure what transpired. So that's going to make it third. Shouldn't be third. Should be second. No, you're right. Third. It's going to be third and about 2 now for the Hoyas. Watson back in the shotgun, as he will be most of the night. All right, tries the hard count, doesn't get anything on that one, then turns around and looks over to Coach Thompson for the call. Here's the snap. Watson's just going to run it right up the middle if he can. He's going to get a little bit of blocking. He's going to get just enough blocking to get the Carl Black Chevrolet first down. And that was about a 3-yard gain, and that's going to set up the Hoyas now at the 31-yard line of Hillgrove, 1st and 10. Watson in the shotgun. Got Hill behind him. Looks over to the sideline for the call. Hoyas have 3 receivers bunched up to the left side, near side. Watson takes the snap. He's going to drop back. Looking. Going to take a shot down here to DJ, and that's going to be a catch. DJ Huggins with about a 30-yard pickup there. That's going to be a Carl Black Chevrolet first down inside the 5-yard line for the Hoyas. They're at the 4. I got blocked by a pole. I couldn't tell if it was DJ or if it was Donovan, but it was DJ Huggins. Hoyas inside the red zone here, inside the 5, 1st and goal. Going to turn around and hand it to Jermaine Hill. He's going to look and survey and dance and push, and he's going to get stopped at about the 1. Oh, they're going to call that a touchdown. Okay, looked like he had gotten stopped. So Jermaine Hill went off the right side for a touchdown. The Hoyas now lead 6-0 with 2:12 left to go. They score first. They get first blood in a monster game where their offense just methodically went on an 83-yard drive. Castro is going to line up for the extra point here. There's the snap. There's the kick. It is good. And the Hoyas lead 7-0 on a brilliant drive by Aiden Watson and the Hoya offense. And they're going to turn around and give the ball to the Hillgrove Hawks for the 3rd time tonight. And that Hoya defense comes back onto the field with a nice rest. The offense took about 6 minutes off the first quarter clock right there. And Harrison now leads 7-0. I'm going to try to check and get you some scores here in a minute. It's a lot different when you're doing all this by yourself. It's pretty funny. And again, if you guys are chiming in on the Hoya alumni chat line, I apologize. I just cannot see it. It's down below me. It's sitting on a chair. I have no table. And so I will do the best I can to get down there and take a look at those when I can. Here's the kickoff. Hillgrove is going to field it in the end zone. Can't run that out. And that's going to get them the ball out at the 20-yard line. Good kick by Castro there. First time getting into the end zone. The kickoff, he was a little bit short, but that time he got it in there. And you always want to get that ball into the end zone. The Hoyas have a long history of kickers who have done a great job of making teams go a minimum of 80 yards. And the Hoya defense will come out now and challenge the Hillgrove Hawks with just that. All right, Hillgrove's going to go 3 wide here. Mack is in the shotgun. Moore to his right. Snap. Handed off to Moore. He's right up the middle. He's got blocking, and he might be gone. And he is. He's going to go 80 yards. He was untouched. There was nobody in the middle. And right when I said the Harrison defense was going to make them go 80 yards, well, Moore went 80 yards all by himself on a run right up the middle. And I just kind of will let you hear the crowd on those. I'm not going to talk over the crowd on a long run like that. Yeah, you can just listen to the crowd and know what's going on there. So just like that, we're an extra point away from being tied here with 1:59 left to go in the first quarter. A shocking 80-yard run by Moore has basically tied this up with the point after here. And it is good. So just like that, we are tied again, 7-7. Many, many times in games like this, one team makes one mistake that may cost them the game. And sometimes defensively, if you don't have all 11 guys in the right spot doing the right thing at the right time, that's what happens. And Moore has had 3 100-yard games this year already. And so if you factor in the first 2 possessions and then that 80-yard run, he is probably already close to 90 yards. So this could be his 4th 100-yard game. And it was just there was a no-doubter. There was nobody there to stop him. And the middle was wide open. The Hillgrove wide receivers on both sides did a great job of basically getting out wide. They were running routes out wide. There was nobody in the middle. The linebackers got sucked up, and the gap was there. So Hillgrove is going to be kicking off here from the 40-yard line. The Hoyas have Donovan Martin back, and it looks like Kanate back deep. And Hillgrove's going to pooch it, and the Hoyas are going to run up and make the catch. They did not call fair catch, but that's okay. They're going to get the ball at about the 29-yard line. Hillgrove tried to catch them napping. That's a live ball. The Hoyas have to jump on that. And number 26 for the Hoyas did exactly that. Good job there. And the Hoya offense will come right back out. Now, one thing to think about, that long run by Hillgrove, that quick strike where the offense scored in one play, means a defense of Hillgrove, who was just out on the field for an 87-yard drive or 83-yard drive, now has to come right back out and play defense. So we'll see if that matters here in just a second. Watson's in the shotgun. He's got Colin William behind him. High snap, going to hand it to William. William's going to pick his way up the middle, running down low as he always does behind his blocking. And they're going to and I will never understand I will never understand Georgia officials, football officials, and their interpretation of forward progress. They gave him 3, and he gained 5. Watson in the shotgun. William to his left now. He's going to move him over. Snap. Going to hand it to William. William's going to try up the middle, and he has got a huge hole. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. He's at the 35, and he's going to get brought down there. A huge run by Colin William right up the middle. And now these offenses are starting to kind of take over. The defenses had the first few drives, but these offenses are now in control. That's a Carl Black Chevrolet first down on the 32-yard line. Watson in the shotgun as they go quick. Going to hand it off to William again. He's going to try that right side, and there's just nothing over there. They're going to mark him with a 2-yard loss. Hoyas quickly back up to the line. Watson in the shotgun. Colin William behind him. He almost got him to jump off sides again. That was close. That would have been the fourth hard count offsides. All right, he's going to move Colin over to his left. Hoyas are 4 wide here. Snap, back, looking long. Nobody there. Was looking for Donovan Martin, but was overthrown. Martin was actually open if that ball was a little underthrown, but it looks like he might have cut off his route a little early, or Aiden might have thought he was going to run a little bit different route. So here we go. The Hoyas are right back up to the line. Watson in the shotgun. They're going to go 5 wide here on 3rd and 13, basically, 3rd and 12. Watson's going to take a few steps back, gets the snap, drop, looking. He's going to throw, and there's nobody over there, and it was almost intercepted. Not really sure what happened there. There was nobody there. DJ was in the neighborhood, but he missed him by a good 10 yards. It looks like just somebody wasn't on the same page there. But we got a penalty on Hillgrove here. Holding. Okay. All right. Well, that might explain why there was nobody there. They got held. That would make sense. So that's going to be a big penalty on Hillgrove, and it's going to bring it. Yep, it's going to make it 3rd and 2 now from the Hillgrove 24-yard line. We're all tied at 7 with 9 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The clock is stopped, so this will be the last play of the first quarter. Hoyas in a bunch formation. They're going to get in tight here. Watson's under center. He's going to turn around and hand it to Colin William, and he's going to get a first down off that right side. That's going to be the last play of the first quarter. That'll be a Carl Black Chevrolet first down inside the red zone for the Hoyas. And they're going to turn around and take a long walk to the other end of the field as we go to the second quarter. You're tied at 7 here. You're listening to HNS Radio, a special one-man broadcast tonight from the top of Hillgrove Stadium, Cobb Energy Stadium. It is 7-7 at the end of the first, and the Hoyas are looking to try to get some more points. They're going to be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. When we come back, we're going to pay some bills real quick. You're going to hear a couple of our great commercials, and then we'll be right back.
Smith Appliance is your hometown GE Showcase and Speed Queen Platinum dealer. We're a family-owned and operated tradition since 1968. From new in the box to scratch and dent deals, we've got the perfect appliance at the perfect price, with the exceptional customer service you deserve before and after the sale. We've got the largest in-stock selection of Speed Queen laundry anywhere, ready for pickup or delivery today. Visit us in Marietta or Hiram, or shop anytime at smithappliance.com. Every winning team has a game plan, and so should your healthcare. Innovation Compounding Pharmacy in Kennesaw creates custom medicine for kids, adults, and even pets. From allergy-friendly formulas to personalized hormone therapy and pet meds that go down easy. They're a trusted national leader in personalized medicine, and they're right here in our own backyard. Local, dependable, and ready to help. Follow at Innovation Compounding tonight on Instagram to enter their $100 Family Night gift card giveaway. Innovation Compounding, supporting your wellness locally.
Look.
All right, the Hoyas are in the Innovation Compounding red zone here. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Watson's going to go under center, and he's going to fake it to Abu Kanate, and he's going to get the left side. He's going to pick up a first down, but it's coming back because of a hold. Looks like that might have been, I can't tell who that was. It might have been Dalton Petty out there on that left side. I think he's the one that's going to get called for the hold here. Watson was able to pick up what would have been a first down inside the 10, but instead the Hoyas are going to be approximately looking at 1st and 19, somewhere in that neighborhood. Yep, call it 1st and 20. It was basically at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't tell if that was Petty. It might have been Peterson. I couldn't really tell who that was over there that they called it on. He had a good block, that's for sure. So the Hoyas are going to come back to the line of scrimmage here after that Hoya penalty. It's going to be 1st and 20 from about the 29-yard line of Hillgrove. Watson's in the shotgun. He's got William to his right. He's going to hand it to Colin William, and he is going to bust out to the left side, and he is going to get inside the 5-yard line. Colin William was running so fast I couldn't even commentate. That is a big Carl Black Chevrolet first down inside. They're going to mark him at the 5. And so the Hoyas are deep in Hillgrove territory again. And they're going to get right up to the line of scrimmage. Watson takes it, going to hand it to Colin William again. Colin's going to pick up a really tough yard. He got popped at about the 4-yard line. And Hoyas are going to do some subbing here. Looks like we're going to bring in a tight end. And instead of going fast here, they're going to kind of slow down now. It's 2nd and goal from the 4. Watson's got 2 receivers out to his left, and Colin William right behind him. He's going to bring a man back to the right. Takes the snap, fakes it to William. He's going to sprint out to the right. He's looking to pass, and now he's looking to run, and now he's looking to score. Touchdown, Harrison. Beautiful run by Aiden Watson. Hillgrove defenders could not commit because he was still behind the line of scrimmage, and they weren't sure if he was going to throw it. And once they committed to the Harrison receivers in their area, Aiden Watson just planted his foot in the ground and turned it upfield for a 4-yard touchdown. And the Hoyas have gotten the lead back. And we're a point after attempt away from being up 14-7. And we are. So with 10:50 left to go in the first half, the Hoyas retake the lead. It is now 14-7.
Speed isn't given; it's earned.
I'm gonna
in the reps.
accidentally hit the commercial button. That's great. Let's do that. Let's get some Salone Pasta GHSA scores on here real quick while we can as we get ready for the kickoff. Because we got some important ones out there. McEachern leads South Cobb 21-6 in the second. No surprise there. Creekview leads River Ridge 14-0. Looking for some of ours. All right, Osborne leads Campbell 7-6 in the first. Campbell, they're starting to slide. I don't understand it. Paulding County 14, Pebblebrook 7. That's in the first, and that's where we're going to sit as we get ready for the kickoff here from Castro. And he's going to boot it. And it's going to be deep. And it's deep enough to put Hillgrove at the 20-yard line again. The last time they were sitting at their 20, they turned around and handed it off to Moore, and Moore sprinted for an 80-yard touchdown. So see what the Hoya defense can do here. They should be really good and rested. The offense has had 2 long drives over the last couple of possessions. And so they've had plenty of time to kind of digest whatever happened on that one long run. I mean, the Hoyas are a mistake away from being up 14-0 right now, and that is the absolute truth. So Max in the shotgun. He's got Moore back there with him. He's going to hand it off. Moore's going to look to get to the right. He is not going to get there. Oscar McAdoo gets him from behind. He got some help out there from multiple Hoyas. Ulrich Johnson was in the neighborhood, as he has been all year. He has had a great year. Well, they're going to give him a gain of 1. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9. And Hillgrove's got a guy who's just gone down to a knee, so he may have gotten a little dinged up there. He's holding his shoulder, so it looks like he might have gotten a stinger, perhaps. But he went down to a knee pretty quick before the Hawks could get back in formation. So he knew that he needed to kind of stop things. So that's going to give us a chance to pause here. There's 10:24 left in the first half, and the Hoyas are up 14-7. They've had 2 long drives that ended in touchdowns, and Hillgrove had a 80-yard drive in one play. And that's the difference in the game right now is Harrison's offense has kind of controlled the clock. And like I said, Harrison is a defensive mistake away from being up 14-0 right now because the Hillgrove offense really has not gotten on track tonight other than that one long run. And so just sometimes those mistakes are what gives up a touchdown. You see it. Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, all those great coaches at the college level, they talk about it all the time. One mistake, one guy just out of position and not being where he's supposed to be at the wrong time can lead to a touchdown. And sometimes, those defenses, they're tough to score on unless you make a mistake. So, all right, Max in the shotgun. He's got Moore back there with him. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look to his right. There's nobody there. He's going to sprint right, and he's going to get drilled. Ulrich Johnson almost came out of nowhere and absolutely took Mac down. He shot out of nowhere. Mac was trying to set his feet. It looked like he was going to throw it, and he just got obliterated by Ulrich Johnson. So that's a huge sack right there. Ulrich Johnson is actually the sack leader for the Hoyas at the linebacker position. He's had a great year. And that's going to make it 3rd and 15 now for Hillgrove on their own 16-yard line. Mack in the shotgun. Moore to his right. They go 4 wide here. Snap. Looking. Quick drop. He's going to go deep down the middle, and there's just nothing there. Oh, no. How in the... The pass was overthrown. It hit off the fingertips of one hand of the Hillgrove receiver that was extended out at about the 50-yard line. And they are going to call the Harrison Hoyas here for pass interference. It's going to be an automatic first down. The Hoya defense was about to get off the field. But instead, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Hillgrove at the 31-yard line, their own 31-yard line. They get the first down via penalty on a ball that was really a little overthrown, but I digress. Mack in the shotgun. Moore to his right. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Snap, handoff to Moore. Moore's going to try the right side. He's going to get some blocking, and he's going to get a pickup of about 8 yards. Okay, they're going to spot him as a 7-yard gain. Moore is, if he's not over 100 yards, then, he's really close. That was 7 right there. He had 80 on the one run. I'm pretty sure he had at least 10 yards on the first couple of drives. So he is sitting just under 100 most likely, or just over 100. He's had 3. He is a dangerous running back. 8:35 to go in the second, 14-7 Harrison. Handoff here. They're going to give Moore a break. Yeah, this is going to be number 47 for Hillgrove with a short gain on the right side. He's going to pick up about 1. That's going to bring up 3rd and a long 2 here for the Hillgrove Hawks at their own 39-yard line. They need to get to the 41. Looking to the sideline here. 8:04 and the clock ticking down. 8:02 in the second quarter. Hoyas lead 14-7. Hillgrove's going to get up to the line now. Max in the shotgun. Moore's back out there to his left. They're going to bring a man in motion. They're going to hand it off to Moore right up the middle. Great tackle, but it's going to be enough for a first down. Reese Bentley got up there and made a great tackle. He picked up about 4 yards, and it was just enough for a first down. And that's going to put them at their own 48-yard line, 3-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 right there. Really, since that first drive by Hillgrove where they got deep in Harrison territory but went for it in 4th and didn't get it, this is their best offensive drive. They just have not had a lot other than the 80-yard touchdown. We're not counting that. All right, Mack in the shotgun. Snap. Going to hand it to Moore again. Moore's going to go right up the middle, and he's going to run into, looks like Ulrich Johnson on the tackle that time. He picked up about 3. And Hillgrove's going to get some changes here offensively. No play clock here, so it's hard to tell where they're at as far as the play clock. Mack in the shotgun. Moore to his right. Taking the snap. 3-step drop. Nothing. Going to scramble to his left, and he's going to get over to the 49-yard line. Pickup of about 2.5, maybe 3. That's going to bring up a big 3rd and 4 here. They're going to mark him out a little short. Okay, now they're going to move it. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be about 3rd and 4. Okay, they finally got it set. 3rd and 4 here. The Hoya defense with a chance to get off the field. Hillgrove with the ball at their own 49-yard line. 14-7 Harrison. Mack in the shotgun. Moore to his left. Standing with his hands on his knees. He's going to splint out to the left. The Hoyas are going to get pressure right up the middle and knock the pass down. Great defensive job right there. Trey Lilly right up the middle, able to bat the pass down. They were looking for more on the wheel route, and Lilly just blew up his block. And the Hoyas are going to get the ball back here as Hillgrove is going to be forced to punt on 4th and 4. Hoyas have nobody back deep yet. Now we've got somebody going out. That's Parker Perkins going out. And he is standing at his 10-yard line. There's the snap, there's the punt, and it is a monster. Perkins calls for the fair catch, and then wisely lets the ball hit at the 3-yard line and roll into the end zone. So the Hoyas will take over at the 20-yard line with 6:06 left to go in the first half, leading 14-7. And that Hillgrove defense is coming back out. They have not had a lot of rest. I do want to take a quick second to just pay homage to one of our biggest listeners so far this year. You know, we picked up a listener named Pops, and he was DJ Huggins' grandfather, and he listened to Adam and I every night, every time we broadcast, and he was a huge fan. And unfortunately for the Huggins family, he passed away last week, and so we just wanted to send a shout out to that family and Pops, who's listening to us from on high tonight, and just want to tell them thank you for letting us know that, and we're sorry for your loss. So, but we know he's listening. All right, the Hoyas are going to start that drive with a 2-yard run by T.C. Washington, and now they're going to go 5 wide. Watson is in the shotgun, nobody in the backfield with him. Snap. Looking to his right, nobody there, goes through his progression, goes back to the other side, and just throws it wisely over the head of Traster. And that's a pretty impressive play. A lot of people will see that and think, oh, he didn't really have anywhere to go. Well, he went through multiple receivers. Like, he went through his tree there, his options, and he was on his 3rd option, I believe, when he decided to just throw it out of bounds. That's a heady play by a sophomore in high school playing quarterback. Quarterback is one of the hardest positions in all of sports to play. So, all right, we're going to get our first timeout of the night here. Hillgrove coaching staff very, very frustrated, very angry at their young men for something, and they had to burn a timeout. So with 5:28 left to go in the second quarter, the Hoyas lead 14-7. They will be facing a 3rd and 8. When we come back, we're going to take a quick break and pay some bills with our awesome sponsors and be right back. You're listening to HNS Radio.
no one sees, in the work most won't do. At Blazing Speed, we train athletes who want more. More quickness, more explosiveness, more separation. DM at Blazing Speed Kills to book your free speed assessment. Blazing Speed, lightning between the lines.
Are you dreaming of a new house but don't know where to start? J.L. Brooks Construction is a local family-owned and operated hard-working construction company serving Metro Atlanta for the past 32 years. We do everything from small remodeling, new construction, to light commercial construction jobs. J.L. Brooks can make your dream home a reality. We look forward to doing business with you and your family. Visit jlbrooksconstructionincorporated.com for more information and like us on Facebook.
All right, we're back live. HNS Radio bringing you Harrison versus Hillgrove. Harrison's looking at a 3rd and 8. Watson in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look to his left, look to his right, and he's going to get swallowed up behind the line. And it's going to be a sack for Hillgrove, which they've had 25 on the year. That is one of the strengths of this Hillgrove defense. They can get after the passer. And so they are going to stop the Hoyas for the first time in a couple of possessions. And with 5:06 left to go in the second quarter, the Hoyas are going to be punting. And Hillgrove is actually going to line up a man on the Harrison 45-yard line. And Watson gets off a line drive that screams over the punt returner's head. And it's going to take a huge Hoya bounce down to the 29-yard line of the Hawks. So that was a long punt, a needed long punt by the Hoyas. So Hillgrove was a little bit unprepared. I guess they didn't know that Watson was our punter as well, and their punt returner looked up, saw that Watson was in the backfield, and ran up almost up to the 40-yard line, and Watson just kicked it right over his head, a line drive. So the Hoya defense is going to come back out. 4:42 left to go. 14-7 Harrison. Excuse me. Mack in the shotgun with Moore by his side. That's the way it's been all night. Snap. He's going to sprint to his left. He's going to look to throw it out there. It's going to be caught by number 16 for Hillgrove. It's going to be caught and give them about a 5-yard pickup. Good tackle there by number 4 for the Hoyas. And Hillgrove kind of taking their time now offensively. They've really slowed their pace down in getting these plays signaled in. They're going to huddle. That's something you don't see. It's a brief huddle. Now they're up to the line. Mack in the shotgun. Moore to his right. Tight end to his right. Snap. Going to hand to Moore, and Moore's going to get stuffed, but somehow he got out. Hoyas hit him behind the line. But he just kept churning and driving, and he picked up about 4, and it's going to bring up a big 3rd and 2 here. Moore looked to be stopped for virtually no gain on the right side, but somehow got away from the tackle and picked up positive yardage. So Hillgrove is going to huddle. Now they're going to break out of it. Mack is in the shotgun. Moore to his left now. Snap. Going to hand the ball to Moore. He's going to sprint to the right and get a first down, and more. He jumps over a Hoya defender, and he picks up a first down right at the 50-yard line. Game-saving tackle there out on that right side. Couldn't pick up the number as it was a little crowded out there. So the Hoyas, the Hillgrove Hawks are going to be 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. I'm looking right down the 50 from where I'm standing. 2:48 and counting here in the second quarter. Hillgrove not in a hurry here at all, wasting quite a bit of time. They're going to finally get up to the line of scrimmage. Mack in the shotgun. Moore behind him now. Snap. Going to turn around and pitch it out to the right side. They're going to pick up positive yardage. Going to be about a 5-yard pickup. Now they're going to move it back a little bit and say he picked up 4. So it'll be 2nd and 6 from inside Harrison territory here with 2:06 and counting down left to go in the second quarter. Hillgrove huddles. They were not huddling in the beginning of the game. This is interesting. Mack in the shotgun. Waits for the snap. He gets it. He's going to hand it to Moore. Moore's going to come to the left side. He's going to dance and get a block and keep moving his feet and get stopped just shy of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1. And again, Hillgrove just taking their time. I'm really kind of surprised that they're not doing more of a 2-minute game here. So 124, 123, 122. They're still in the huddle. Now they're out. 3rd and 1. Mack in the shotgun. Takes it, hands it to Moore. Moore's going to get hit and bounce it out to the right and get a big run. First down for Hillgrove at the 25-yard line. He ran into a Hoya and a Hillgrove Hawk at the line of scrimmage, bounced off, and kept his legs moving and picked up about 15 yards. And now he's on the 25. The Hillgrove Hawks are on the 25-yard line of the Hoyas with 51 and counting seconds to go in the first half. Mack in the shotgun. Snap. Hands it to Moore. Nope, he's going to keep it and go out to the right side. He fooled me. He's going to get out of bounds after a 5-yard pickup. It looked like he had handed it to Moore, but he kept it. He kept it on his hip. It was actually a really, really nice fake. But he gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 37 seconds left. Hoyas lead 14-7, and 37 seconds left in the second quarter. This drive has been almost all runs by Hillgrove, which has been their strength. Moore is definitely a strength. He has had a really good year running the ball, and he's had a really good night. He had that 80-yard touchdown in the first quarter. Mack in the shotgun. Moore to his left and behind him. Snap, drop, looks, going to throw to the right side to a guy who's wide open in the end zone, touchdown. He had gotten behind the defensive backs and just kind of nestled in to a void on that right side. And with 29 seconds left to go, Hillgrove scores to tie the game potentially after the extra point. Pretty impressive considering they wasted a lot of time on that drive. They really probably could have moved a little quicker, but to no avail because they still scored. Snap, kick, line drive kick, but it's good. And we are tied 14-14 here with 29 seconds left to go in the first half. In what is really not a surprise, these two teams are very evenly matched. There's nothing in the records or in the statistics for these two teams this year that even leads you to believe that this is going to be anything other than a very close game. Good crowd here on senior night at Hillgrove. Their stands are full. It's getting kind of cool. Definitely a chill in the air tonight. Harrison stands are mostly full. I'd say about 75%. The band is not here. They are on their way to Indianapolis to compete. They got a nice send-off today as everybody lined Main Street and cheered them on as they went out the door. So Hillgrove is going to tee this up at the 40-yard line with 29 seconds left to go in the first half, and the game all tied at 14. Abu Kanate and Donovan Martin back deep for the Hoyas. Here's the kick, and it's going to be not returnable. It's in the end zone. So the Hoyas are going to take over at the 20-yard line. Interesting to see what the Hoyas choose to do here offensively with 29 seconds left. So here comes that Hoya offense again. Aiden Watson has led them all year. And we're in a tight formation. Watson's going to get under center, and it looks like we're just going to take a knee and go to the locker room for half. That's what it looks like. Yep, so with 21, 20, 19 seconds left, that is going to be the first half. The Hoyas don't have to snap the ball again. They took a knee, and that's what they're going to do. So we're going to go to the half here with this game all tied up, 14-14. Two very good teams, two definitely evenly matched teams, and they've got one half of football left to try to settle this thing. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to be doing the Carl Black Chevrolet halftime show. You are listening to HNS Radio, where the score is at the half, 14-14.
Ugh, I really need a new car.
Well, did you know that Carl Black Chevrolet Buick and GMC of Kennesaw has over 28 acres in inventory?
Really? That means there must be a car fit for me.
Of course. Just visit www.carlblackkennesaw.com to see their latest specials and to find your dream car today.
Are you looking for a real estate agent with the experience, the tools, and the know-how? Located in Kennesaw, Don Brooks and other RE/MAX associates ensure you find just what you're looking for. They've been serving the Metro Atlanta area for over 32 years, and a large sum of their profits go to help the Children's Miracle Network hospitals across the U.S. and Canada. For more information, you can visit www.remax.com or visit them via Facebook or Twitter.
Hoya fans, is your hair looking more like a fumble than a touchdown? Since 2020, Salon Posta has brought luxury, style, and confidence to every client who walks through our doors. Whether it's prom, a fresh cut, flawless color, extensions, or a complete hair transformation, our expert stylists deliver the high-end look you've been dreaming of. Located just outside the Marietta Square, Salon Posta is where elegance meets excellence, because you deserve more than just a haircut. You deserve an experience. Book your appointment on salonposta.com and see why we're Cobb County's 5-star salon for style that wins every time.
Are you suffering from an injury, pain, or other health problem? A&W Chiropractic can give you relief and stability and address the underlying cause. Join us in embracing the 100-year lifestyle principles of optimal health, longevity, and wellness. Go to www.adjustmyfamily.com or call 678-285-1100 for an appointment. A&W Chiropractic, where your health is our priority. Struggling to find the right talent? Worried about leadership gaps, complex HR operations, or tech that just doesn't deliver? At Talent H Rising, we help organizations like yours hire smarter, build stronger leaders, streamline HR operations, and unlock real ROI from HR technology. Imagine faster hiring, a ready pipeline of future leaders, and HR systems that work seamlessly, so you can focus on growing your business. Visit talenthrising.com today and discover how we can partner with you to drive lasting success. Watson Smith Appliance is your hometown GE Showcase and Speed Queen Platinum dealer. We're a family-owned and operated tradition since 1968. From new in the box to scratch and dent deals, we've got the perfect appliance at the perfect price, with the exceptional customer service you deserve before and after the sale. We've got the largest in-stock selection of Speed Queen laundry anywhere, ready for pickup or delivery today. Visit us in Marietta or Hiram, or shop anytime at smithappliance.com. Every winning team has a game plan, and so should your healthcare. Innovation Compounding Pharmacy in Kennesaw creates custom medicine for kids, adults, and even pets. From allergy-friendly formulas to personalized hormone therapy and pet meds that go down easy. They're a trusted national leader in personalized medicine, and they're right here in our own backyard. Local, dependable, and ready to help. Smith Appliance is your Smith Appliance Smith Appliance is your hometown GE Showcase and Speed Queen Platinum dealer. We're a family-owned and operated tradition since 1968. From new in the box to scratch and dent deals, we've got the perfect appliance, and every winning team has a game plan. And so should your healthcare. Innovation Compounding Pharmacy in Kennesaw creates custom medicine for kids, adults, and even pets. From allergy-friendly formulas to personalized hormone therapy and pet meds that go down easy. They're a trusted national leader in personalized medicine, and they're right here in our own backyard. Local, dependable, and ready to help. Follow at Innovation Compounding tonight on Instagram to enter their $100 Family Night gift card giveaway. Innovation Compounding, supporting your wellness locally.
Look, speed isn't given, it's earned. In the reps, no one sees. In the work, most won't do. At Blazing Speed, we train athletes who want more. More quickness, more explosiveness, more separation. DM at Blazing Speed Kills to book your free speed assessment. Blazing Speed, lightning between the lines.
Are you dreaming of a new house but don't know where to start? J.L. Brooks Construction is a local family-owned and operated hard-working construction company serving Metro Atlanta for the past 32 years. We do everything from small remodeling, new construction, to light commercial construction jobs. J.L. Brooks can make your dream home a reality. We look forward to doing business with you and your family. Visit jlbrooksconstructionincorporated.com for more information and like us on Facebook.
Ugh, I really need a new car.
Well, did you know that Carl Black Chevrolet Buick and GMC of Kennesaw has over 28 acres of inventory?
Really? That means there must be a car fit for me.
Of course. Just visit www.carlblackkennesaw.com to see their latest specials and to find your dream car today.
Are you looking
All right, we're
for
back
a real
live,
estate
coming to
agent
you
with the experience,
from
the tools, and
whatever that commercial won't mute. Coming to you from Cobb Energy Hillgrove Stadium, where we've settled nothing. It's 14-14. Battle between Hillgrove and Harrison for the number 2 seed out of Region 3, 6A, going into the state playoffs in a couple of weeks. We're going to quickly, here on the Carl Black Chevrolet Halftime Show, give you some Salon Posta GHSA scores, some big-time important games going on around the area, not just this one. We're going to start off with Sequoia 49, Pope 13. That's in the second quarter. Kell leads Cambridge 24-10. That's at the half. Villarica 21, Kennesaw Mountain 14. That's in the second quarter. And McEachern 35, South Cobb 6. That's in the second quarter. Very close to the half there. And North Paulding leads Walton 27-7. That's at the half. Marietta leads Cherokee 17-0. That is close to the half. And those scores are important because that is the region that this region meets in the first round of the state playoffs. Campbell is taking the lead on Osborne now, 14-10 in the second quarter. And just going to kind of scroll through and see if there's any others. Sprayberry does lead Lassiter 21-7 in that East Cobb battle going on the other side of the county over there. That's in the second quarter. And that is about the most up-to-date scores we have. We'll continue to keep an eye on some of those. Still looking for that Paulding and Pebblebrook score. That's going to be important to keep an eye on because the battle for the 4 seed out of this region is just beginning.
Located in Kennesaw, Don Brooks and other Remax.
That one button. Yeah, well, when you can't see up here and there's no light, that's what happens. So my name is Terry Kemp. I'm bringing everything to you tonight from the top of the press box here on a chilly senior night at Hillgrove High School. The Hoyas had a 14-7 lead there just before the end of the half, and Hillgrove was able to put together a long drive. It was their longest sustained drive of the night. They had one 80-yard drive that happened in one play, and then that last drive by the Hawks actually was the longest sustained drive from a time standpoint that they had. A really nice drive where they kind of worked the clock and didn't allow Harrison to get the ball back with much time there at the end of the first half. So it was a very well executed drive that kind of ate up the clock and did its job. And they scored on a play from their quarterback, Mack. He found a wide open wide receiver on the right side of the end zone who had gotten behind the defense for Harrison. And that's where we sit. It's 14-14. And we've got another half to go. And I would imagine it is going to be very much like the one we just saw, where you're just going to see these two teams slug it out and it may come down to a last possession, and indeed may come down to who gets the ball last in this. And we wouldn't expect anything less from this particular matchup. These two schools have played nothing but close games in their last 7 appearances. For many years, Hillgrove dominated this series, and on most nights it was not close. Hillgrove really, really kind of took it to Harrison for many years, and but the last 10 years, Harrison has kind of turned that around, and if Hillgrove were to win this game, it would be the first time they've beaten Harrison in 10 years, which is kind of staggering. Now, keep in mind, we haven't played them in all 10 years. Harrison has not played Hillgrove in all 10 years because they were in our region. They were outside of our of the region with Harrison, so it just kind of rotates. And so it's not like they play every year, which brings up an interesting conversation, which I would love to have with Adam, but he's not here, so I'll have it with myself. The GHSA is due for their reclassification going into next year, and that means that most likely Harrison and Hillgrove are going to have different region mates. I wouldn't be shocked if we were in the same region again because we were just so close geographically. I find it hard to believe that McEachern and Hillgrove and Harrison won't be in the same region for quite a while, continually, because they are just so close and they're all very similar in size. And so when the GHSA reclasses everyone, it will be interesting to see who they put in those regions, because you remember the last time the GHSA reclassed, they got rid of Class 7A and dropped everybody down into 6 classifications instead of 7. And they're, that kind of made a lot of the regions end up being quite large. In some smaller classifications, you've got some really big regions. And so that is potentially what you might see going into next year. But you never know. The reclassification process by the GHSA is always kind of, you just never know what's going to come out of it. And the interesting thing about it is for Harrison, they are normally going to be one of the smallest Class 6 schools. They are usually in the bottom 10% as far as population. That's what the GHSA bases classifications on, is student populations. And Harrison is usually in the bottom 10% as far as population goes of the largest classification. There's always a chance, if other schools have grown more and enough schools have not lost population, that the bottom 10% of 6A could end up being in the top percentages of the classification, lower than that, the 5A classification. I don't for a second think that that's where Harrison is going to end up because there's just too much growth in the area. But there was a time not too long ago where Harrison was in 6A when there was a 7A. And so you never know. It just depends on the population of other schools. And it's so cyclical. Schools grow and shrink based on, the communities around them and their children and the number of kids moving in and out and aging out of high school and that type of thing. So it'll be interesting to see. But you can rest assured we will be in with some mixture of North Paulding, North Cobb, Hillgrove, McEachern, probably Marietta. You just never know. You never know. So because there's plenty of schools around, to carve up. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, we're dealing with a tied up game here. As you listen to the Carl Black Chevrolet halftime show, we are just kind of going to have to fight it out in the second half to see who's going to take the 2 seed out of this region and who's going to end up with the 3 seed. Hillgrove's loss last week to McEachern meant that they could not win the region unless McEachern loses again twice, and that's just not going to happen. And McEachern had already defeated Harrison earlier in the year, so that meant that Harrison most likely was going to be competing with Hillgrove for the 2 or the 3, depending on what comes out of it. And both teams do have 1 game remaining. The Hoyas will play Paulding County next Thursday, not Friday, next Thursday. In case you didn't know that, the home game, senior night, I believe it's senior night, for Harrison will be a Thursday night game, as both teams agreed not to play on Halloween, which is Friday night this year. Probably makes a lot of sense because at the end of the day, you'd have a lot of people that just would not be there because of Halloween. And so you're looking at more ticket sale opportunities if you have a Thursday game. So it just makes sense. And, from a ticket standpoint, because at the end of the day, revenue drives everything, and football is your biggest revenue maker. And so the Hoyas will be playing Thursday night football. So we'll be coming to you live from Cobley Stadium. Pregame show for HNS Radio will start at 7 on Thursday night. And then we will battle it out with the Paulding County Patriots and see where that goes. Hillgrove also plays one more team next week. The team they're playing escapes my memory. I'm pretty sure it is one of the either South Cobb or Osborne. It could be Pebblebrook. No, it's not Pebblebrook because Pebblebrook plays Campbell and Paulding County their last two games. So Hillgrove, I believe, finishes with either Osborne or South Cobb, and so they will most likely win that game. And then, of course, what happens here will determine, who's the 3 and who's the 2. So we continue to go through senior night here. They're doing the band right now. They did the football players and the cheerleaders during the pregame process of the game tonight. And this is the Carl Black Chevrolet halftime show where we are probably going to get extra time added on to halftime, as we always do on any night, but especially on a night when you've got senior night, because they are probably about 10 or 12 kids away from being done calling out the names. And so, we will definitely be extending some time, which is interesting because the kick of the game was also delayed slightly because of the pregame festivities. So I always find it interesting how some schools, they worry about not starting on time, and some schools just don't worry about it. And you just never know what you're going to get. So the score is tied at 14. You're listening to HNS Radio. My name is Terry Kemp. Alongside me is Terry Kemp because Adam Freeman is out of town and hopefully still listening from afar. But if he's not, I don't blame him because if I'm on vacation, I don't listen to the whole game either. So, that's just the way it is. So the Hoyas have been led tonight with a really balanced attack. It's been primarily on the ground where the Hoyas have had their most success, but Aiden Watson has done a good job of finding open receivers, especially in very timely manner. It seemed like early on Donovan Martin was going to be the target of the majority of the passes tonight, and he was, as he had a couple of quick receptions early in the game. But since then, the Hoyas have kind of gone to the ground game, to be productive with what they needed to do. Colin Williams came in and had a really nice spark and had some really nice runs. Jermaine Hills had some nice runs. TC Washington has had some nice runs. So it's both teams have kind of settled in that they're going to run the ball tonight and they're going to mix in some throws, and that's probably what we will see in the second half, as both these teams are very good at running the ball, and so that is what you would expect. And it's interesting about this Hillgrove defense. Going into last week's game with McEachern, they had only given up 13 points all year. And McEachern put 35 on them, which was a little staggering for them to give up 3 times or more what they had given up all year in one game. And then tonight, the Hoyas have already put 14 on them. And so it's been interesting to see how that defense reacted. A lot of their shutouts did come against lesser opponents. I mean, you can look it up. It's no secret that they did play some teams that are not great and shut them out. So, but at the end of the day, that still helps you build a program or build a team where you get ready for these teams that have good offenses. And by that time, you've had enough scrimmages, basically, because that's what they are, to really dial in your defense. And so this is a good defense, definitely, that Hillgrove has. And this is a good defense that Harrison has. And it has definitely been a fun matchup to watch, as both these teams really are I don't want to call it mirror images, but they definitely are very similar. So that is where we stand as you listen to the Carl Black Chevrolet halftime show. I am going to let you listen to a little bit of an interview we did earlier in the year. Hopefully, you got to hear this earlier in the season, but we had an interview with our athletic director, Wes Ellis, and he and Adam kind of hashed it out a little bit. And I'm going to let you listen to a little bit of that. I'll probably cut it off. I got to figure out how long they're going to extend the halftime, and then I'll come back on. But I'm going to let you guys listen to a little bit of that. This is our athletic director, Wes Ellis, and Adam Freeman, and they are going to have a couple of different topics that they talk about. So stand by. You're listening to the Carl Black Chevrolet halftime show, and we're going to let you listen to a little bit of that interview.
Welcome, everybody. Adam Freeman here for HNS Radio. Got a special interview this week with Athletic Director Wes Ellis of the Harrison Hoyas. Also, I should say, reigning Athletic Director of the Year, Wes Ellis. Wes, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Just very, very honored to be part of the HNS broadcast. Yeah.
Well, we thought we'd go a little outside the box this week with our interviews. We do a lot of coaches' interviews, players' interviews, but at the heart of the athletic department is you. I mean, you make a lot of decisions. You have a lot of meetings. You basically have the backs of all these coaches. What's one of the most challenging parts of the job that maybe people don't know about?
Oh, man, that's a good question. I think it's anytime you're managing people, right? And I think that's the biggest difference coming from the classroom even into an administrative role is it's much easier if you're managing your own decisions than the decisions of others. And we're blessed to have men and women of integrity on our staff. So it's very easy to back and support their decisions. But we do a lot of, trainings, or we always have coaches meetings. And like this past week on Tuesday, we had our head coaches meeting. We talked about, E plus R equals O. That's something that is not my terminology. I think there's a guy named Mr. Knight that's put that out there, but it's, there's events and there's your response to the event, and there's the outcome. The only thing in that we control is responses. So we do try to work a lot on that, but, I think that's it, is just managing people and making sure that we always put ourselves in positions to be successful. Dr. Milton, who's our principal, says a lot, make sure that we stay behind the shield of immunity. And that's kind of what we tell our coaches. And we're very blessed to have such men and women of high character that they're easy to support.
And of course, we appreciate your leadership for sure, and having some of the success that these athletic programs have had, and it's really throughout the year. It's not like it's heavy in the fall or it's concentrated. It's all year round. You've got all kinds of challenges logistically, playoffs and officials and gate workers and things of that nature. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, I'm sure, and you kind of have to maybe take a moment and say, hey, there's a reason why I'm doing this. What are some of the great positive things, like maybe best memories you can think of, like sports-wise?
Ooh, that's tough. So I guess I started here. We were talking about that earlier. October 21, I was not the AD. I think I became AD like January or February 22. But I'll kind of pick one from each year. I kind of thought about this question earlier. So, you get thrust that AD role, and then we win a soccer state title. I mean, how unbelievable that was in 22, and to be able to fill up the entire home side at McEachern holds, who knows how many people.
Yeah.
I mean, that had to be the coup de grace of that season, just seeing and witnessing that and being able to be a part of that. But also, I mean, the girls made the state championship that year as well in basketball. Gave up their prom to take part in that evening, if you remember that. I'm trying to think of 23. I know that was Isabella Kleinfelter winning the state title at swim, and last year there were a couple of big victories. I know spring of 24, that baseball victory at Lowndes. We were the only team to beat Lowndes in the playoff that year. We didn't win the state title, but Colin White goes out, 11 strikeouts. We get to game 3. 24 last year, I think, obviously my background, football region championship against Hillgrove was a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. And we've had, just a lot of success. I think last year we won 14 region titles. We have a mission statement here now. It's values over victories. And that doesn't mean that we don't want to be competitive, but we want to do it the right way. And so is getting to know those players on a personal level is always what's going to be big to me. It's not necessarily the win, but seeing their reaction, you know, and seeing how getting to know them on a personal level and celebrate with the coaches and the parents and the players. That's what's important to me. That's what makes it fun to keep coming back to.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Johnson. Today I asked some of my colleagues what they enjoy most about working at Liberty Mutual. Here's what they said.
For me, it's helping my team.
All right, that was an interview that Adam did earlier in the year with our athletic director, Wes Ellis. And I wanted you guys to get an opportunity to hear part of that. You are listening to the Carl Black Chevrolet Halftime Show. This is HNS Radio. I am Terry Kemp. And it is 14-14 as we are coming out of the half here. We had an extended halftime because it is senior night. And so they had a lot of seniors that they needed to announce. And so I thought that'd be a good opportunity to let you guys hear some of that interview. Adam does a great job of getting interviewees who are really just kind of tied in and dialed into athletics and high school athletics. And so the Hoyas are going to get the ball here to start the second half. They deferred. They won the toss at the beginning of the game, and they deferred. And so they will be getting the ball to begin this all-important half of football, because one of these teams at the end of this game is going to be hosting a state playoff game, and one of these teams is going to be on the road for a state playoff game in the first round. And so it just doesn't get any bigger than this. And they haven't settled anything yet. And you know, you wouldn't expect anything less from two teams that are this evenly matched. And the other thing that you got to think about is these kids have grown up together. There are so many schools that split Harrison and Hillgrove. And so, you know, a lot of these kids know each other. They play, you know, they played rec ball with each other. And so there's a lot going on in this game tonight. So Hillgrove's got it teed up at the 40, and they're going to kick. Kanate is back deep along with Donovan Martin, and this kick is going to sail into the end zone. The Hoyas are going to take over at the 20. Here we go. As the tension ramps up, the temperature drops. It has definitely gotten chilly out here. It feels like fall. It feels like football. It feels like a big game is going on just because of the weather. I mean, you expect as the weather cools off these games to get bigger and bigger, and that is exactly what you've got going on tonight as the Hoya offense takes the field. Aiden Watson out there at quarterback. He's got three receivers on the far side bunched up. Nobody in the backfield. Shotgun. Here's the snap. He's going to look to his left. He's going to pitch it out. He's going to complete it out to the left side. That is going to be, hard to see. TC Washington split out wide to the left as a running back out there as a wide receiver. That's a load trying to come downhill at you. So that's a Carl Black Chevrolet first down for the Hoyas by way of the pass. And now they're going to go to the same formation on the near side. TC Washington out on the far end. Shotgun snap. Watson is going to take it, and he's going to get absolutely pummeled at the line of scrimmage. Designed to run, nowhere to go, and tackled for no gain right at the line of scrimmage. So Hoyas are going to have to start over on second down here with no yardage gained. 11:14 to go in the third quarter, all tied at 14. Watson in the shotgun. He's got TC Washington to his right. He's going to fake the handoff to TC. He's going to sprint out to his right, and he's got DJ wide open. He underthrew him, but he's still, holy cow, what a catch. DJ Huggins, like he's done all year, made a spectacular catch on a ball that was thrown behind him. He just went up in the air and controlled his body long enough to bring the ball in. That's a Carl Black Chevrolet first down, and the Hoyas are right back at the ball on the line of scrimmage. Watson in the shotgun. He's going to hand it to Washington. Washington is just going to power his way for a first down. Looking a lot like William Andrews from the Falcons way back in the early 80s. Those high white socks all the way up to his knees. All he needs is a 1, and he would look just like number 31 right there. Carl Black Chevrolet first down for the Hoyas. Watson quickly up to the line of scrimmage again in the shotgun. Snap. Fake the pitch to TC, and he's going to hit a wide open Donovan Martin in the middle of the field for another Carl Black Chevrolet first down at the 20-yard line. The Hoyas offense is rolling right now. And they want to go fast. Shotgun. Snap. Hand to Washington. He slips. Oh. He had some blocking, but he slipped and put his knee to the ground. And he's going to lose 2. That's unfortunate because he had some blocking on that left side. Hoyas are quickly right back up to the line of scrimmage. Watson directing traffic, shifts DJ. And we're going to get a timeout. Hillgrove. They didn't like the defensive alignment they had there as Harrison was trying to go fast, and they had tried to sub, and they may not have liked the personnel they had on the field. So they are going to burn their first time out of the second half. Hoyas got a nice drive going right here. They are at the Hillgrove 23-yard line on the first drive of the second half, and it's been quick. 9:45 to go here in the third quarter, and we are tied at 14 as we are going through a Hillgrove timeout here. And again, for those of you listening on the Hoya alumni chat line, I can't do both tonight. I apologize. I'm not going to be able to interact or shout anybody out. If you're listening, thank you so much for enduring all of the mistakes and hanging in there with me. But I can't see the laptop because it's sitting on a chair to my left in the dark. Hoya's back up to the line of scrimmage. Watson in the shotgun. He's got TC Washington behind him in a pistol look. High snap. Going to turn it around and hand it to TC. TC's just going to keep his legs driving forward for a nice pickup. They're going to give him about 7 on that. And that's going to bring up a big 3rd and 7 for the Hoyas. So they moved the ball back a little bit. Said he only gained 5. Looked like he gained more. Hoyas are going to go 5 wide here. Watson by himself in the backfield in the shotgun. Tries the hard count. That worked 3 times in the first half and drew Hillgrove off sides. Gets the signal in from Coach Thompson over on the sideline. Now he backs up a little bit. Takes the snap, looking left, looking all the way, and he's got Donovan Martin over there nope, that was Traster. He had the ball, and then as he went to the ground, he couldn't complete the catch. And that is going to bring up a 4th and 7 for the Hoyas, and it's decision time. And that decision's already made. We're going to kick the field goal, or we're going to attempt it. So a promising drive coming out of the half there for the Hoyas kind of stalls out at the Hillgrove 18-yard line. And we're going to be reaching for what will really be about a 25-yard field goal here. 35, excuse me. Snap, kick. Whistles were blowing. They may get the Hoyas for a procedure call here. Yep, they do. That's going to back them up 5 yards and now make this a 40-yard field goal. The field goal attempt was short from the 35. And now we're going to reach for a 40-yarder. Snap, kick, blocked. Right up the middle. Hillgrove had a guy jump up high in the air and block it, and it barely crossed the line of scrimmage, and they jump on it right there, and they will take over at their own 19-yard line. They held the Hoyas on that first drive of the second half. Hoyas come away with nothing. So with 8:44 left in the third quarter, we're still tied at 14, and now Hillgrove has the ball back on their own 19. And the Hoya defense will come out for the first time in the second half. Mack is the quarterback. He has been all night. He has been most of the year for Hillgrove. He's got Moore to his right and slightly behind him. They're going to hand to him, and why not? He's had a great night, but the Hoyas are going to stuff this. Nothing doing on that one. He's going to lose a yard. Yeah, it's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for Hillgrove. Hoyas are going to be keying on Moore. He's really been the majority of the Hillgrove offense tonight. They have not thrown it much. They did get a touchdown on a pass, but the majority of their work tonight has been Moore on the ground. Mack in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes it to Moore. He's going to sprint to the right. He's going to pitch it out there and just absolutely miss his receiver. Hoyas were in pursuit of both him and the receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 11 for Hillgrove. Not sure who he was looking for out there on that far side. Couldn't see the numbers. So a big 3rd down here for the Hoya defense. Opportunity to get off the field. 3rd and 11. Mack about 2 or 3 yards back in the shotgun. Moore to his left. Takes the snap. He's looking for Moore. He's going to turn around and miss his receiver, who was wide open in the middle, and absolutely threw it right over his head. 4 for Hillgrove was wide open in the middle, and he missed him. So the Hoya defense is going to hold. Both teams' defenses hold serve on the first possessions of the second half, and Hillgrove will now punt it. And DJ Huggins is going to be the deep man for the Hoyas back at their own 40-yard line. Here's the punt. Off the side of his foot a little bit. And it's going to check up. Let's see what kind of bounce it takes. It takes a Hillgrove bounce. And it's going to roll inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line. So a good punt there. Didn't look like it was going to be that good, but when it checked up and then landed, it took a Hillgrove bounce. And the Hoyas will take over for their second time in the second half at their own 32-yard line. Good field position starting here for the second drive. 7:28 left to go in the third quarter, 14-14, in an all-important Region 3 deciding game for both these teams. Watson out there now with William in the backfield, 4 wide, 3 on the near side. He's going to send a man in motion, take the snap, drops back. Good block by Colin William that saved a sack, but they're going to call him for holding. Holy cow. Watson scrambles back to the line of scrimmage, but that was a beautiful block by Colin William. They're going to call him for holding. Unbelievable. That's a tough one to swallow right there. He blocked the guy expertly and just moved him around Watson, pushed him down to the ground, and they called holding. And that's going to end up putting the ball now back at the 22-yard line. And it's going to make it 1st and 20 for the Hoyas. Watson in the shotgun all by himself. Colin William split out to the right. High snap, bobbled, dropped. Watson got back on it. The Hoyas dodged a cannonball-sized bullet right there. It's another huge loss. They're way back now inside the 15-yard line at the 13. The snap was high. Watson went up to try to grab it. It hit off his hands, fell to the ground, and he just dropped down and luckily recovered it because there was a Hillgrove player right there. It's now second and about 35. Going to hand it to Colin William. He's going to pick up a few yards. And that was third and about 35. Take it back. I guess that wasn't third down. It is now third and about 22. Watson in the shotgun. One tight end, three wideouts. Watson takes the snap, drops back. He's going to go deep down the middle, and he just missed DJ. Missed him pretty badly. DJ was breaking open on the inside, and he just wasn't quick enough to get to that pass. It's gotten a little cold tonight. This is the first time that Watson has played in cold temperatures this year. Of course, both teams for the first time. This is the first time they played in temperatures this cool. I would imagine we are down into the mid to low 50s right now, and it matters. So the Hoyas are going to have to punt here. Watson's going to take it. He's going to punt, and it's going to be a bad one. Right off the side of his foot, it goes out of bounds at the Harrison 40-yard line. So it was approximately a 20-yard punt. And Hillgrove will set up in great field position inside Hoya territory for their second drive of the night. 1st and 10 from the 40. So here's Mack with Moore to his side in the shotgun. Snap, looking right, going to go deep down the right side, and he's got a man, and he's going to catch it and go out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Amazing catch. There's no other way to describe it. It was a perfectly thrown pass. Now we get a late flag. Late flag here. And this may be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Hoyas. I'm not sure. There was some jawing going on. Nope, this may be against Hillgrove. Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct on Hillgrove. So what would have been a catch inside the 10-yard line at the 7 now puts Hillgrove instead at the 23-yard line. So that was a very damaging penalty. Not sure what happened. It was after the play. Obviously, there was some jawing going on. So Hillgrove has a first down here at the Harrison 23-yard line. 5:50 left to go in the third quarter, 14-14. Moore jumping up and down, trying to get loose and stay warm for the Hillgrove Hawks. We got a discussion going on the far side. The white hat and several refs talking to Coach Salam. Not sure what they're discussing. Could have been that last penalty. Not sure. All right, discussion over. Hillgrove is going to huddle. And we may be ready to go here now. Hillgrove breaks the huddle. Nope, they're going to get back in the huddle. All right, there's the whistle. The clock's going to wind. 5:47 and counting. Hillgrove 1st and 10 at the Harrison 23-yard line. Mack in the shotgun. The ever-dangerous Moore to his left. Snap, going to hand it to Moore, and Moore's going to get swallowed in the backfield. Ulrich Johnson with the tackle there and a short gain. They're going to give him 2 yards, really a yard. It's going to set up 2nd and 9. Great job by the Hoya defensive line there to just blow up that run on the right side. All right, Mack in the shotgun. Hillgrove up to the line. Puts a man in motion. Snap. Hand it to Moore. Moore's going to fight and continue to fight, but not really get much. They're going to give him a yard. The Hoya defense really standing strong right now. 3rd and 8 for Hillgrove. Inside Harrison territory. They're sitting at the 21-yard line in what is about to be a really big play for both of these teams. They are in field goal range. Their kicker has a strong leg. He's definitely proven that tonight. He's been able to hit the end zone every time. 3rd and 8. Big down for the Hoya defense here. Man in motion. Mack's going to take the snap. Blitz from the left side. And he overthrows both of his receivers down the middle. Mack took a shot. Blitzing Hoya coming off the right side, unopposed, and got to Mack, and that's going to make it 4th and 8. And Hillgrove is going to attempt a field goal. Harrison attempted one about 3 minutes ago, and it was blocked. Let's see if they can return the favor. This will be about a 39-yard field goal. Snap, high snap, kick. Kicked it a long way, good. And for the first time tonight, Hillgrove has the lead, 17-14. 3:45 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and they have taken the lead for the first time. How big might that blocked field goal by Hillgrove loom late in this game? Right now it's the difference, as they have just taken the lead, 17-14, after blocking the Harrison field goal on the drive before. So that could prove to be big points. We'll have to see. Long way to go still. Hoyas are going to get the ball here for their 2nd possession of the 2nd half. Kanate and looks like Donovan back deep. Seems to be some confusion here about which ball is out there. All right. Now we got it settled. Hillgrove's got the ball teed up at the 40. And they're going to be kicking to either Kanate or to Donovan Martin, who are back deep for the Hoyas. Kick. And that's going to make it to the end zone. And the Hoyas will take over at the 20-yard line for their 2nd possession of the 2nd half. He has definitely got a strong leg, that kicker for Hillgrove. And again, I apologize for not doing numbers and names, but I don't have enough light to do it. I wish I could. I'm trying to do it from memory, and unfortunately, I don't have many of the Hillgrove roster players memorized. So the Hoyas are going to take over at their own 20-yard line, 2nd possession of the 2nd half, after coming away with nothing on the 1st possession, which looked like it was going to be a point-yielding drive, and it was not to be. Watson's in the shotgun. High snap. He's going to turn around and hand it to Jermaine Hill, and Hill's going to bust it up the middle for a big gain. Looks like we're going to be up that's going to be about a 20-yard gain by Hill. That's going to put the Hoyas up at the 40-yard line, a Carl Black Chevrolet first down. Now they're going to back it up 2 yards. I don't know why. Now they move it up 1 yard. Okay, so we're at the 39-yard line, first down. Watson back in the shotgun. High snap. Fake the handoff to Jermaine Hill. Watson's in trouble. He's scrambling. He's getting away, and he's going to pitch it forward, and that was actually a really smart play. Very smart play. Aiden Watson was scrambling to his left. He had almost gotten sacked, and he sprinted to the left side and saw Donovan Martin close to the sideline and just pitched it in his general vicinity to avoid a big loss. 2nd and 10 now for the Hoyas. Watson in the shotgun. High snap again. Hands it to Hill. Hill gets around to the left, and the blocking breaks down, and they're going to give him a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 now for the Hoya offense. That Hillgrove defense has come out in the second half and really seemed to be dialed in. 3rd and 9, big third down here for the Hoya offense. Watson's all by himself in the backfield, 5 wide, snap. Designed run right up the middle. He's going to bust it out to the left. He's going to get a first down and a little bit more. That's a Carl Black Chevrolet first down inside Hillgrove territory. That's a huge, huge pickup on 3rd and long there for the Hoya offense. They did not want to give the ball right back to Hillgrove, and they do not. And so the drive will continue. We're inside the Hillgrove side of the field now. They're going to spot the ball at the 43-yard line, and the Hoyas are going to go right to work right there. Watson in the shotgun. He's got Jermaine Hill to his left. Snap, fake. Tried to do another one of those little tunnel screens out here to Parker, but to Perkins, excuse me. Well, Parker. Watson missed him a little bit high. And so it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Hoyas. 2:29 left to go. Hoyas 14, Hillgrove 17. 2:29 left to go in the third, excuse me. Watson by himself in the backfield in the shotgun. 5 wide, 3 bunched on the near side. Hillgrove is going to blitz everybody, and Watson is going to recognize it and sprint out to the left for a huge gain. And he's going to pick up about 15 or 20. See where they spot the ball here, but it's going to be a Carl Black Chevrolet first down, and the Hoyas are right back into Hillgrove territory, deep in their territory where they were just a few minutes ago and got no points. See if they can't come away with something here. 1st and 10 from the 26. Watson by himself in the shotgun. And the Hoyas are going to jump. That's painful. Donovan Martin just flinched a little bit in his stance. And that is not allowed, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. It's going to make it a 1st and 15 now. And the ball is going to be at the 32-yard line. All right, Watson in the shotgun. 3 receivers bunched to the near side, 1 to the far left. Snap. Watson looking to run all the way, and he's going to get nothing. They give him a slight gain of maybe 2 feet. So virtually no gain there on a designed quarterback keeper. Watson's going to be back in the shotgun now. He's got Jermaine Hill back behind him deep in the backfield. 2nd and about 14 and a half. Long 14 and a half. Snap. Yeah, that was, that. Unfortunately, half the Hoyas moved before the ball was snapped. And that's going to be another 5-yard penalty on the Hoyas. Just the Hoya offense was just doing so well on this drive. They were just moving the ball flawlessly, and now 2 penalties have really hurt them. That's going to make it 2nd and about 22. Watson in the shotgun. Looking to the sideline, they get the call. Now we're ready to go. Snap, looking, down the middle. DJ with the catch. He's going to get upended in the middle of the field after the catch. And DJ's going to come off the field after that. It was a big hit. But it's going to bring up a Hoya third down here. It's going to be about 3rd and 6. Big catch by Huggins there. Got them close to the first down, but just short. And 3rd and 6 here for the Hoyas to try to convert and keep this drive alive with 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Watson, designed run. He's going to go right up the middle, and he's going to be just short. He's going to be about a yard short. Hoya's going to have to make a decision here. And they're going to stop the clock here immediately because it looks like a Hillgrove player may have gotten hurt. The Hillgrove players were calling for the sideline to come over immediately. Not sure what happened. All right, so they're going to tend to him. While we got the stoppage, I can kind of catch you up here because it's kind of gotten a little quick as far as the action goes. But with 19 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Hillgrove's lead 17-14 as everything has kind of gone quiet here because we have an injury to a Hillgrove player. And they are checking him. The medical staff is out there. Some of the coaches are out there. Jonathan Brown, the athletic director, is also out there. Looks like the Hillgrove player is sitting up now, so that's good. And now he's up to his feet. That's a good sign. And he's going to come off the field under his own power. That's a great sign. Little wobbly. Looks like he might have gotten hit pretty good. They're going to take him to the sideline and check him out. But that's good to see that he's walking off under his own power. Never want to see anybody get hurt. Doesn't matter who it is. Never want to see it. So with 19 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, it is 4th and 1. Harrison has the ball on the Hillgrove 19-yard line, and they are going to go for this. This seems like it might be a massive play. Watson under center. He's going to try to get him to jump off. They don't. Now he's going to look to the sideline. Now he's going to go back under center. Now he's going to come up. And we may see Harrison take a timeout here, and we will. They're going to try to get Hillgrove to jump off sides. They did not. Now Harrison is going to take a timeout and talk a little bit about this. So while they're doing that, we're going to take a quick peek at the Salon Posta GHSA scoreboard because there are some really important games going on out there. Just to reset. Actually, that wasn't a timeout. They actually wound the clock, and so it is the end of the third quarter as the teams are going to go to the other side of the field, and it is still going to be 4th and 1, and Hillgrove leads 17-14 with 12 minutes left to play to figure this one out. But let's hit the GHSA Salon Posta scoreboard real quick. Sprayberry 28, Lassiter 14. That's in the third. Scroll down. Campbell 20, Osborne 17. That's in the third. North Balding 27, Walton 15 in the third. Kell 31, Cambridge 10 in the third. Villa Rica stretched their lead over Kennesaw Mountain now. They're up 35-14. McEachern went to the half, leading South Cobb 42-12. Cass leads Allatoona at the half, 14-13. And just going to take a quick peek at some of these others. Like I said, there's some big games out there that are going to set up a lot of different things as we go into these last 2 weeks of the high school football season.
Develop their skills.
I apologize, everybody, but I keep hitting this one button, and it starts the commercial. So here we go. Hoya's going to come out. They're going to go for it. It's 4th and 1, and they are going to push it right up middle, a good old tush push, and they're going to get a first down, and that was well run. It looked just like what Philadelphia does, and they ran it to perfection. Aiden Watson took the snap. He had 2 big bodies behind him just pushing him forward. The Hoyas are going to pick up 3 yards on that. It's going to be a Carl Black Chevrolet first down just inside the red zone here. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Watson in the shotgun. TC Washington with him. He's going to hand it to TC, and TC's just going to get swarmed, and he's going to lose about 4 yards. No blocking on that right side that time. It just broke down immediately. And the Hoyas take a big loss on first down of 4 yards. So 2nd and 14 now from the Hillgrove 20-yard line. Watson by himself in the shotgun. 4 receivers to his left in a double bunch formation. We're going to pitch it to TC Washington on a little, almost a half reverse. And he is going to pick up about 3 yards, and it's now going to be, well, they're going to give him 2. It's going to be 3rd and 12. TC Washington was he was split out in the slot, and he sprinted back to his right, and Watson just kind of pitched him the ball. And it was a meager gain. It's going to be 3rd and 12 here for the Hoyas. Watson in the shotgun by himself. He's going to put a man in motion, snap, fake it to TC, going to hit it. That's going to be Parker on the left side, trying to see if he didn't get anywhere close to the first down. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, that was Perkins. I keep calling him Parker. Technically, that's right. It's his first name. Parker Perkins got the catch. And the Hoyas are going to have to reach for a field goal here. It's 4th and 7 from the Hillgrove 13-yard line. So this is going to be a 30-yard attempt. The last time they tried a field goal, Hillgrove blocked it. Snap, down, kick, and it is good. And we are tied again. So with 9:41 left to go in the game, it is 17-17. It is exactly what you thought it was going to be. It is definitely 2 extremely evenly matched teams, and it is definitely going to come down to a last possession here as we are tied up. You are listening to H&S Radio. I'm glad you're listening. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Adam appreciates you. We definitely appreciate you. We are coming to you from the top of Hillgrove Stadium, Cobb Energy Hillgrove Stadium, where the Hoyas have just tied the game up. Again, that's where we've been most of the night. The Hoyas did have a 14-7 lead for a little while. Hillgrove scored right before the half to knot it up at 14. And then Harrison had a field goal blocked on their first possession of the second half. Hillgrove kicked a field goal on their first possession. And we're going to kick off to Hillgrove now, and they are going to be returning this, and they're going to pick up a lot of yards. He's got the right side. He's got blocking. No flags. And he is going to be out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Sorry, the 46-yard line. A big return for Hillgrove right there. The kick didn't quite make it to the end zone. They set up a beautiful wall to the right of the kick returner, and all he needed to do was sprint up the sideline, and he picked up about 35 yards on that return. And Hillgrove is in business now at their 46-yard line First and 10 with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this game, and it all tied at 17. Hoya defense back out there, showing blitz from the right side. We don't. We pull back. They hand to Moore. Moore's going to pick up a first down on the right side into Hoya territory. Moore has had a big night. He is probably up close to 130, maybe 140 yards rushing. He had 80 on one run for a touchdown, their first touchdown of the night. So it is first and 10 now at the Hoya 38-yard line. Hillgrove breaks the huddle. Mack in the shotgun, Moore to his left. Hand it to Moore. He's going to go off the right side and get absolutely smothered. Ulrich Johnson again on the tackle. And they're going to mark that somehow back to the line of scrimmage. It boggles my mind. It really does. He took a loss, but they said he got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be second and 10 now. Hillgrove, Mack in the shotgun, Moore with him. Tight formation. Snap, looking, good protection. He's going to get hit as he throws it, and it's going to be picked off by Harrison. Harrison's got a guy running up the right side of the field with the ball. He's got a little bit of blocking. He's on the Hillgrove side. He is still running. And the Harrison Hoyas are in business inside the 15-yard line of the Hillgrove Hawks. What a turn of events. Holy cow. There is a flag on the play. Oh, boy. Let's see what this is. It is basically at the line of scrimmage. This penalty might wipe out about a 65-yard interception return for Harrison. The flag is literally sitting at the line of scrimmage right in the middle of the field. Mack was hit as he threw the ball, and it was an easy interception by Harrison. It's going to be Harrison ball, so it occurred after the interception. I would imagine it was a block in the back. They're going to put the ball down at the 30-yard line, but the Hoyas are going to take over on offense with 8:22 left to go. The first turnover of the night by either team is a massive one. Mack has thrown an interception. Harrison has the ball at their own 30. Watson in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fakes it to Abu Kanate and gets destroyed in the backfield. He was looking to throw, looking Huggins' way, and luckily for Harrison, that ball did not come out because as he was trying to throw, he got creamed from the right side. So the Hoyas are going to lose 5 now on first down. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 15. Just no time there for Watson at all. No time. And the official stops the play to move the ball back another yard. Why not? 2nd and 16. Watson in the shotgun. Colin William behind him now. Now William is going to move over and stand next to him. Watson barking some orders. Takes the snap, another high snap. Fakes it to William, and he's looking down oh, that's got to be a flag, right? How is it not? You're kidding me, right? All right, I'm not trying to be a homer, but he just got mugged. Parker Perkins was sprinting down the right side open and got pulled down from behind as the ball got there. Wow. Sometimes you just can't make it up, folks. I'm not going to lie. So it's now 3rd and 16 for the Hoyas. After that big interception, Watson in the shotgun. Can they capitalize by trying to keep this drive alive? 3rd and 16 is going to be tough. 3 receivers bunched to the near side. Nobody in the backfield with Watson. He takes the snap. He's going to sprint to his left. It's a designed run. If he gets a block, he's out there. He gets a block, but he's not going to be close enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th and about 5 for the Hoyas, and they're going to have to punt the ball back to Hillgrove with 7:09 to go, and the game all tied. Yep, just not enough. And Hoyas are going to have to punt the ball here. Watson, of course, is the punter. Hillgrove has no one back deep. I guess they think Watson's not really going to punt it. I don't know why. Snap, kick, line drive. Holy cow, it just barely cleared the head of the lineman, and it's going to roll for a day and a half. All the way down to the 10 inside to the 9-yard line. Aiden Watson just kicked about a 55-yard punt that never got more than about 7 feet off the ground. So here we go. 6:53 left in regulation. Overtime is starting to kind of now look like a possibility. And we're all tied at 17. Hillgrove is going to take over on their own 9-yard line. And every possession now becoming bigger than the last, especially after Hillgrove turned the ball over on their last possession, the first of the night for either team. Mack in the shotgun. Moore next to him. Snap. Hand to Moore, and he is going to get drilled. Adam Price with the tackle there. Price gave a little bit of extra at the end of that tackle there to remind Moore that this is a violent game. And they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. That's laughable, but we'll go with it. 2nd and 10, Mack in the shotgun, takes the snap. It's a bad snap, and it's on the ground, and the Hoyas are going to snuff it out at the 2-yard line. That went bad quickly for Hillgrove. They're going to mark it at the 3. The Hoyas very nearly had a safety there. And it's going to bring up 3rd and about 16. Yep. For Hillgrove, deep in their own territory. They're at their own 3. They have to get to the 19. Mack in the shotgun, in his own end zone. Low snap. Whistles blow. And Harrison takes the timeout. Woo! Hillgrove may have dodged the bullet there because that was a low snap. Mack had to go down on one knee to get that. But Harrison didn't like something they saw defensively, so they burned a timeout. So let's set you up here. 5:29 left to go in the game. It is all tied at 17. Hillgrove has an all-important 3rd and 16 from their own 3-yard line. Hoya defense with a chance to get off the field here and get their offense back on the field with a potential to set up a game-winning drive. I mean, that's what you want in a game like this. Not sure what the Hoya coaches saw there. I was looking at the line of scrimmage. But I definitely trust them if they saw something. All right, here we go. 3rd and 16. Hillgrove from their own 3. Mack in his own end zone with Moore. Snap. Fumble in the end zone. Still moving around. The Hoyas may have jumped on this. This may be a Harrison touchdown. There's the call. Holy cow. It was a missed snap, missed botched handoff between Mack and Moore. The ball fell to the ground. I couldn't see who picked it up. The Hoyas now lead 23-17. Wow. That drive went nowhere but terrible for Hillgrove. They started at their own 13 and ended up giving up their second turnover of the night and a fumble recovery for a touchdown for Harrison. Harrison leads 23-17, point after pending. Kick hits the upright. Wow. Can't make it up, folks. The snap was a little low. The kick was a little rushed. It came out line drive off the foot, and it hit the left upright. And so with your score now 23-17, Harrison, with 5:22 left to go, Harrison has left 4 points on the field if you think about it. All right, they had the blocked field goal, and now they just had a missed point after attempt. But they have the lead. They lead by 6, 23-17. Would be nice to have that 7-point lead because you just got gifted a touchdown in the end zone with that fumble recovery. But the Hoyas are going to kick off here from the 40. And Hillgrove has had a really, really good opportunity tonight with their returns. They've done a good job. They've had some nice returns. Hoyas really need to kick this into the end zone. And there's the kick. It is going to be short. From the 6, coming to the near side. Gets some blocking, gets more blocking, runs out of bounds. Once again, they are going to be near the midfield mark. They're going to mark the ball out of bounds at the 48-yard line. 47 now, okay. So once again, Hillgrove has had a great return on a kickoff, and the Hoya defense is going to have a short field as Hillgrove is going to take over at their own 47-yard line. The last 2 possessions by Hillgrove have ended in turnovers. See if that looms in the back of their mind. Snap to Mack, hands it to Moore. Moore breaks free on the left side, and he's going to pick up 9 on first down. Moore's had a great night. He probably is close to 150 yards. He's been their main weapon all night. And I don't know why you wouldn't continue to hand him the ball. So he's in the backfield with Mack. Shotgun. Mack takes the snap, hands it to Moore again, coming to the right side. He's going to pick up the first down. He's going to pick up a lot more than the first down. He's going to be inside the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 now for Hillgrove. They have quickly gotten deep in Harrison territory. They are at the 24-yard line. 4:17, 4:16, 4:15. Hoyas lead 23-17, but now their backs are against the wall defensively. Hillgrove takes the snap. They're going to hand it to number 47. He's going to pick up about 3. Hillgrove has a player down. All right, so we're going to take a quick break here and reset you as Hillgrove has an injured player. Hillgrove has the ball inside Hoya territory. It's 2nd and 7. Harrison leads 23-17 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the game. Hillgrove player is going to hop up. It was actually the ball carrier that got dinged up a little bit there. The last possession by Hillgrove ended in a fumble in their own end zone and a Hoya touchdown. The possession before that ended in an interception for Harrison. And once again, the Hillgrove offense is right back into Harrison territory because of a great kick return on the kickoff. So it's 2nd and 7 from the 21. Mack in the shotgun. Moore with him. And we're going to get a timeout, Hillgrove. So let's use that time to check the Salon Posta GHSA scoreboard. See if we can update you on some of these other games that are huge right now. All right, North Pauling 34, Walton 22. That's in the 4th. Walton just hanging around. Sequoia has put 70 on Pope tonight, 70-13. That's a final. Kell leads Cambridge 45-10. Marietta leads Cherokee 46-0 now. Keep looking here. McEachern 49, South Cobb 13. That's at the end of the 3rd. They're going to the 4th. And Marietta, I already gave you that one. So still looking for that. Osborne has taken the lead from Campbell. Campbell has fallen apart. I really thought that they were going to compete for that 4 seed, but with this loss, that's going to completely eliminate any chance they have of being the 4 seed, and it's going to come down to either Paulding County or Pebblebrook. But Osborne leads them 24-20 in the 3rd quarter. That's very surprising. All right, here we go. Hillgrove back out on the ball. Mack in the shotgun, snap, hand it to Moore. Moore's going to go off on the left side, and he is going to get up the middle, and he is going to score for Hillgrove. Jaden Moore has been their weapon all night long. He has gashed the Hoyas on the ground. This is his 4th 100-yard game of the year, and we are tied at 23 with a point-after attempt pending to break the tie. Snap, kick. The Hoyas got a piece of it, and it is no good. Unbelievable. Are you kidding? With 3:36 to go in the game, we are tied again. The Hoyas got a piece of that. They blocked the extra point attempt. It went feebly off to the left, and you can't script it any better than this. That is unbelievable. The Hoyas are about to get the ball with 3.5 minutes left to go in the game, and the game tied at 23. The last 2 extra points have been either blocked or missed due to an upright impact. And that's the reason we're tied at 23. I cannot believe it. But I've been saying it all night. It's going to come down to the last possession, and it is, obviously. Hoya offense with a chance to be big here. 3:36 for the rest of your life, boys. Crowd has definitely come to life on that touchdown run, but boy, they had a little bit of the air taken out of their sails with the missed extra point. All right, here's the kick by Hillgrove. It's going to go into the end zone and not be returned. And the Hoyas are going to take over on offense at the 20-yard line. It's been a good one, and it's going to be a good finish. So with 3:36 to go, the Hoya offense is back on the field. Watson is going to line up in the shotgun. And he has 5 wide. No one in the backfield with him. Snap, another high snap. He's going to toss it out to the right side. That looks like that might be Perkins. Perkins is going to miss or break a tackle and get a Carl Black Chevrolet first down up at the 39-yard line for the Hoyas. Pickup of 19 there. Looks like the clock did not start, or if it did, they may have said he stepped out of bounds. Watson in the shotgun. Hand it to Colin William. William is going to get a block. He's going to get his face mask absolutely ripped. Flags come flying in from everywhere because they literally pulled his helmet off. He had picked up about 2 yards on the play, but this is going to be a first down via the penalty for face mask. 3:20 left to go, tied at 23. Hoyas are going to be inside Hillgrove territory here. Manage the clock here. All right, 1st and 10 for the Hoyas from the 44-yard line of Hillgrove. Carl Black Chevrolet first down via face mask penalty. Watson in the shotgun. TC Washington behind him. Washington's going to sprint out to the right. Aiden Watson is going to run up the middle, and he's going to get all the way down to the – they're going to mark him at the 5-yard line. Check that. They're going to mark him at the 3. Watson ran straight up the middle and didn't get touched until a defensive back tracked him down, almost scoring. And the Hoyas are inside the red zone with a chance to take the lead back here with 2:47 and counting to go. No reason to go fast here. You can take your time. You are inside the 5-yard line. You're at the 3-yard line. This will be a clock management situation here for the Hoyas. They're in their big boy formation. Watson's going to go under center. Snap. They're just going to do the tush push. They're going to mark him just short, which is actually a good thing for the Hoyas because you want the clock to run. So why are they stopping the clock? Why would you stop the clock? Oh, because Hillgrove called timeout. Okay, that makes sense. They didn't signal it. Okay. So because the Hoyas didn't score right there, Hillgrove uses a timeout. So that means, trying to check, see, they have no timeouts left. They cannot stop the clock. So the Hoyas can actually run some more clock off here. So there's 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the game. The Hoyas are at the 1-inch line. The game is tied at 23. Interesting call here. What will the Hoyas do? What will the coaches do to try to manage this clock? Will they just go ahead and punch it in and tell their defense, hey, it's on you to get this, to make, get the stop when Hillgrove gets the ball back? Or are they going to do something here to maybe run the clock down a little? The Hoyas do have 2 timeouts. It is 2nd and goal, and they are literally at the 1-inch line. The ball is almost touching the goal line. If they run a play here and don't get in the end zone, then the clock is going to tick well under 1:40 before they have to snap it again. Fascinating chess game to watch. Let's see what they do. Here come the Hoyas. They sprint to the line. Same formation, big boy formation. Watson under center, takes the snap. He goes straight down. It almost looked like he went down intentionally. I don't know if he did, Now that clock's going to run. 155, 150. Game is tied at 23. It's 3rd and goal from the 1. They marked him with a half-yard loss. 3rd and goal from the 1. Hoyas are definitely burning clock here. 1:30. All right, and the Hoyas are going to take a timeout here. So they ran the clock all the way down to a minute 19. Minute 19. The game is tied at 23. The Hoyas have the ball. It's 3rd and goal from the 1. That last play, they set up to run a tush push, but I could not tell if Watson was trying to score or not. I just couldn't tell. I'm assuming he was. But if he was, he lost yardage. But I just don't know. We'll have to find out later from the coaches. So there's a minute 19 left to go, and the Hoyas have the opportunity to win this game with a touchdown here. It's 3rd and goal. If you don't get in right here, you have to probably consider kicking a field goal to win the game. I don't know that you want to go for it on 4th and goal and take a chance of not getting any points. But you're 1 yard out. If you can't gain a yard in 2 shots, then, I don't know what to tell you. So here we go. Buckle up. Minute 19 left to go. Hoyas 3rd and goal from the 1. Same formation. Big boy. Watson under center. I'm not sure why the officials blew the whistle and stopped the game. The Hoyas were basically snapping the ball. So they stopped the play. I have no idea why they stopped the play. Here we go. 3rd and goal from the 1. Watson under center. He's going to surge forward. Where's the spot? Where are they spotting him? Touchdown, Harrison. They did the tush push. Watson pushed his way in on the basically just to the right of center. And the Hoyas have stolen the lead back. It's 29-23 with a minute 9 to go. They are not even going to consider going for 2 here. They're just going to try to kick the extra point. The last one hit the upright. Kick is up, and it is good, and the Hoyas lead by 7, 30-23. Unbelievable. Hillgrove will get the ball back with a chance. The second half has been very different than the first half. The first half just seemed like it was just 2 teams trying to figure each other out and not taking any big chances. But the second half, you've seen both teams really take some chances offensively. There's also been some points left on the field. Harrison had a field goal blocked early in the the third quarter, and then had an extra point attempt missed. Hillgrove had an extra point attempt missed. And so here we stand, 30-23. The Hoyas are about to kick off. This ball needs to make it in the end zone, or they need to do a good job with kick coverage and not allow Hillgrove to have a long return here. And they're going to squib it, and oh my goodness. The Hoyas have recovered an onside kick. Flags fly, but that's because the entire Hoya team ran onto the field after the kick recovery. The Hoyas squibbed it. Hillgrove did not recover it. The Hoyas did recover it. They're going to be 1st and 10 inside Hillgrove territory with 1:09 left to go, and Hillgrove has no timeouts. Let's watch the flag here. It's probably going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. It's going to be 15 yards. That doesn't matter because the Hoyas have the ball. The Hoyas have the ball, and all they have to do is get in victory formation twice. Let's watch this penalty, though. Let's see what they say here. The Hoyas recovered the ball at the 41-yard line of Hillgrove. That's where they're marking it before the penalty. Okay, so the flag was on Hillgrove, unsportsmanlike conduct. I thought it was going to be on the entire Hoya team running on the field, but it was actually on a Hillgrove player. So the Hoyas are going to have the ball at the 26-yard line of Hillgrove, and all they need to do is get in victory formation twice. The Hoyas just need to snap the ball twice, and they're going to win the game. Unbelievable. One of the most incredible games I've ever had the chance to watch. Adam, you should have seen it. Watson under center, victory formation, snap, takes a knee 5 yards, 4 yards behind the line. The clock is going to run now, and all they need to do is snap it one more time. Hillgrove cannot stop it. They're out of timeouts. 52, 51, 50, 49. The Hoyas will snap the ball, and it'll be ball game. Watson coaching his players up on the field. 35, 34, 33. Snap, knee, ball game. Hoyas win 30-23. An unbelievable game between two unbelievable teams. Both teams very evenly matched. And the Hoyas come out on top 30-23. They will be the 2 seed out of Region 3 in a hard-fought victory. And I can't tell you how awesome that was to watch. Those 2 teams played a great game. That was one of the best I've ever watched. So we're going to wrap up the coverage here. And by we, I mean me. You have been listening to HNS Radio. You have been listening to the Hoyas defeat the Hillgrove Hawks 30-23. Thank you for listening to everything tonight. I appreciate you. HNS Radio, feel the game.